Looks like we're in for another beautiful day here on the Grand Union Canal. I am just south of Stoke Bruren. It's a funny spelling. And I'm aiming for Blisworth tunnels though, which will be the longest tunnel yet. Before I do that though, I need to fit a horn, because I haven't got a horn on it. I've had the boat for 3 years and still haven't fitted a horn. I was hoping to do this yesterday, but we had some awful rain. It honestly felt like October. I even had the diesel heater on for a little bit. I've got an over-the-top horn, which I'm a little bit scared of fitting because it's going to really annoy the neighbours if I get it wrong. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought an air horn, but at least people will hear me coming if I install it right, that is. Might as well just crack on with this, because I'm not going to move until I've done this. 16 amps. Right. All of my wiring for the starter battery and ignition stuff's in here, so let's just whip this off first. Guess first thing is to test when the ignition's on, which one is going to give me a live to then wire into a switch. There's a switch here already, but it's got bilge written on it, but it won't hurt because I've got an automatic bilge pump. I don't need it. Got one up there. That'll do. This is the compressor part for the horn. Makes sense. That's definitely power, which comes into this, which would, I would assume, go to switch. So if I was tapping these two together and nothing was happening, and then that on the earth, I think that's the right way around. I have tested this before and it worked, but now I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong. Time for a YouTube video, I think. If in doubt, someone would have done it on YouTube.
Guys, today we're going to take a couple of cheap air horn kits that you can buy on eBay or in auto parts stores. I'm going to show you how to install them, and I'm going to see if they're actually worth installing in your car. Check it out.
Yeah, got some power. So ooh. Ow! Ow! That doesn't work. I think it's best if I just go and get a new switch from Halfords before I end up burning the boat down. I don't know why I did that. It's got 1, 4, 2, 5, and then 3 and 6 at the bottom. It's a really old switch. I'll blame the switch and I'll go and get a different switch from Halfords. One trip to Halfords and a mortgage later. I've got 2 options, flick switch and an actual horn button, but I think this might be too wide to fit in the existing hole, so I could always drill it, couldn't I? Let's try this one first. Try not to burn the boat down. There's actually already a bigger hole ready for the horn. If I can get it out, let's try it. That'll make more sense in the whole horn. Put the horn in the horn hole. Up here, but it's kind of boxed out of the way. But it might be alright. Right, moment of truth. Yes! And then I'll connect that up to the horn, but I'm a bit scared. Right, you've been warned. 3, 2, 1. Right, I need to get on the move. So I've got some miles to do today and some locks to do today. And a tunnel to do today now. How are we for time? 1:45. I've got a good 4 hours cruising. See how far we can get. Just before I set off, if you'd spare me just a minute, I'd like to talk a little bit about mental health. I just need to say that this is a paid partnership with BetterHelp. Men, I'm looking at you again. In general, if we were true to ourselves, we'd admit that we definitely aren't the best at speaking our minds or just speaking out and talking to someone even when we're not feeling 100%. We don't like to burden family and friends, and even when we know we should talk, for some reason we just don't. I'm a hypocrite myself. I always tell people that we should talk and still find myself not talking as much as I should. As you may remember, a few weeks back I mentioned that my circumstances have changed quite significantly recently. I'm still not quite ready to update you all on that, but there will be some changes to the channel. I'm fine, and yeah, genuinely appreciate everyone that's stuck around and continue to watch the videos. As I mentioned before, I've actually found a therapist through BetterHelp just to help me navigate these changing circumstances. I've just found it great to have an independent and unbiased voice to hear me out. Obviously, constantly being on the move makes it really difficult to find an in-person therapist and keep going to actual meetings, so to speak. So being online, BetterHelp has just been perfect. Basically, you can just go to BetterHelp's site. If you use my link, you'll get 10% off your first month. You answer a few questions and that sort of streamlines any of the potential therapists just to suit your particular needs. I actually matched with a lady just over a month ago, and honestly, she's been great. The beauty of it is, if you don't feel like your therapist is quite the right fit, you can change as many times as you like for free. Then you can choose from phone calls to messaging to video chats, just whatever feels best. If you're thinking about trying it for yourself, I can genuinely recommend it, and if you use my link betterhelp.com/Danni you can get 10% off your first month. Massive thank you to BetterHelp for partnering up, and yeah, now onwards north. Managed to share that flight, which was good. Just pulled in just before Blisworth Tunnel. I'm a little bit scared. What time is it now? Just stopped for dinner, so time's gone a bit. 25 past 6. And Blisworth Tunnel is just under 2 miles long. It's a good 30-minute tunnel in pitch black. It's probably going to be dark by the time I get out the other side. I'm just going to go for it tonight. I want to try and meet up with John and Ali tomorrow, so the more I do today, less rush tomorrow will be. 20 miles to Braunstone. One and 3/4 miles, 2,800 metres. 25 minutes. Wow. You can hear a boat coming. Right, out the back I've got a broken one, no cover. Always point it up to a tunnel so don't blind anyone. Something like that. Cool. Then up front, EcoFlow is the new one. Here goes nothing. A little bit nervous, not gonna lie, it's my first tunnel single-handed. Almost perfect timing. Cheers. Alright, test my new horn out now. Oh! Here we go. Halfway now, 1400 metres this way, about 1400 that way. For any Peaky Blinders fans, the Grand Union's the canal that all the gang used to get down to London with on their boats. They would have come through this tunnel if it was a real programme. Oh, 800 metres to go. Right. This place is called Gayton Junction. If I turn right here and go down into Northampton, it wouldn't even take that long, but we're heading left. Just got spotted by a lady called Diane who watches me and her husband. I think it's Neil. There's a good little spot here. Just found some Armco. I was getting a bit worried. It's getting a bit dark. Good morning. It's lovely to meet Diane and Phil last night. Just as I was cruising past, it was getting quite dark, and I was looking for a bit of Armco to moor up against it, and then Diane shouted, "Ooh!" I had a coffee and a chat with them. Shout out to Phil's mum as well for watching the channel. Hope you enjoy your applesauce. Right, I'm going to get some miles in this morning and catch up. I think I've got about 3.5 hour cruise with no locks. I'm sure it'll be beautiful, but yeah, I'm just going to crack on so I can spend a bit more time with John Lally, and I'll yeah, catch up with you in a bit. See ya. That is crazy out there this morning. It's bank holiday Monday, so it's my own fault, but I've passed 30-40 boats. Seem to meet everyone at a bridge, so one of you's got reversed back or whatever. It's just absolute carnage out there. I've been cruising for about 2 hours now, and I'm about an hour away from Buckby Flight. Going to meet John there. He's going to help me through the locks, bless him. I think I've said before, John Lally are the lovely couple that donated the engine to me, which I'm still yet to fit. I've been hoping to meet up with them for ages. And they've actually come down onto the Grand Union to meet me. So, yeah, about an hour away. Going to have a coffee, just had some lunch, and then go and meet them, which would be really nice. And they're going to help me out the flight, and we might do some cruising together. Yeah, August bank holiday. Don't recommend it. I don't know what the flight's going to be like. It's going absolute carnage. Just coming up to the bottom of Buckby Flight now. It's outside Wilton Marina. It's a huge marina. I've seen loads of boats for sale in there before when I've been scanning eBay. Hello, Sky. Yeah, you alright, mate?
Yeah,
Yeah, not bad.
good.
Cups in, then if you want.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Sugar? Milk?
No, thanks, sweeten up. I'll have milk, please. Yeah.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, and you. Good luck for there. I'm still full from dinner last night with John and Ali. Ali cooked a lovely pasta dish with bacon, mushrooms. I can't remember how much double cream she said was in it, but it was amazing and probably the best carrot cake I've ever had. Thank you very much. Today I'm going to cruise with them two for a little bit, which would be nice. We've got another tunnel, which is Braunston Tunnel, another flight of locks, and then hopefully end up in Braunston, which is like canal capital of the world's big junction. Yeah, really excited to see that. Apparently there's Midland Chandlers there, which I've never actually been into a store. Only ordered stuff online, so I might have a look around that later on as well. But yeah, going to get on the move in a minute. It is 8:30, and just had probably the best news I've had in the past few years. Oasis reunion next year, and the first date is early July. Which coincides with headlining Glastonbury next year, which are just, chef's kiss, an Italian hand, is all I'll say to that. Yeah. I might go and see if them two are up. I'm sure they're up already, probably waiting for me. I thought you were going to apologise for the gap because your engine's that much more powerful. John told me the tunnel was just round the corner, and it's like a 25-minute cruise now. It's just round the corner for them, so they've been all over the place. I thought he was apologising for leaving such a gap in between us because he's got I think he's got the 43, Beta 43? Or am I wrong? But he's got one of the bigger Beta engines, what he put in. And I've got a little 1.5 BMC. That got very dark very quickly. This tunnel's a bit shorter, but there's a couple kinks in it which can sort of throw you off a bit. You can still see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, but yeah, there's a couple kinks. Can't actually see the back of their boat. I could just see the light at the sort of up at the front of theirs. I'm sure I'll know if I've got too close because I'll feel them. Ow, there's a kink. You think this is scary coming through here on a relatively modern boat. You imagine not only coming through on an old horse-drawn thing where they would have had to walk through with their feet on the walls, but imagine building it back 200 years ago roughly. Insane.
Deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore. Silence the noise, away from the program, removing performance, true self, all that's standing. Live free from worry, live by just being, power in finding your wholeness in now. adore. Live a life you adore.
That was so nice to catch up with John and Ali. Thank you guys. They also, along with feeding me for what felt like a week, got me a proper floating keyring with Warrior signed on it. Love it. That's all I've got time for this week. I don't know how many times I've said this. I'm going to try and get the van painted. That's one less thing on my mind. Yeah, get that done. And then I've got some projects which I'm really excited to tell you about. Thank you so much to our patrons. I'll see you next week.
Go